Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard. I am Penja and welcome to day one of the Geek Cupboard's festive Advent countdown. So of course it is now December, Christmas is very much on the way, and today is the first day of Advent, which for many folks means we get to pop open an Advent calendar to help us count down the days until Christmas Day itself. And there are many different types of Advent calendars. Some have little seasonal Christmas pictures in them, some contain lovely chocolate, and more recently many other Advent calendars contain all sorts of more adventurous things, shall we say, like gin and makeup and socks, weirdly enough. Yes, there is an Advent calendar where you can get yourself some paired up socks, which is very, very strange. And it's one of these slightly less traditional Advent calendars that we are here to enjoy today. So, behold an Advent calendar filled with lovely tea. It's a tea Advent calendar, which is all sorts of brilliant. Each day will give us a nice organic tea in a fancy pyramid bag, no less. La-di-da, that's very fancy, which we shall of course be enjoying. And I am aware that on the front here, they have spelt the word calendar wrong, which is not great, is it? I mean, you're making an Advent calendar. You make sure that you spell those two words correctly. So they've somehow not managed that. I mean, it's a little bit unforgivable, really. Surely a proofreader should have spotted that, or even a spell check or something. But do you know what? There we go. Never mind. So this does mean that each day we shall be enjoying a lovely festive, do you see what we've done there? A lovely festive cuppa. And also we shall be answering some questions that have been asked via one of the recent community posts that went up on the channel. So I put a little thing out saying, hey, would you like to ask me some questions? And then, might form part of a little sort of a feature that we're having on the channel. And my goodness me, you lovely people certainly rose to the challenge very spectacularly indeed. There were so many questions. I mean, some were a little bit obscure, some were on the stranger side, but they were all very great to really receive. So thank you if you left a question. It is very much appreciated. I've had a little look through them all and I've chosen some to answer whilst we enjoy our festive cuppas. So tea and chat, it sounds marvellous to me. So currently it is December the 1st, which means that we need to open door one on our tea Advent calendar. No, I can't actually cope with that. That's going to annoy me every single time I see that. Hang on, that actually does need fixing. That needs fixing right now. There we go. That is much better. Calendar. So now we can open door one on our tea Advent calendar, spelled properly, and see what's in store. So here we go. So right, we have a little sort of bow thing that has now detached itself. All right. Okay, hang on. We've got something there. I have a pair of handy scissors because this looks like it might be relatively tough to get through. So we'll just sort of brutally chop through that there. There we go. Choppity chop, all sorted. Okay, let's open it up and see what's inside. So yeah, I've not actually opened this yet, as you can see. Let's see what it's like. Oh, that's very nice. Oh, it's got little teapots, little tiny teapots. Okay, well, door number one is what we require. So let's have a look. What is in door number one? It looks like, are they folding downwards? Yeah, so it looks like if we sort of puncture that top bit. I don't want to do too much damage because it might damage the tea bag. Oh, goodness me. Okay, right, we might have damaged the tea bag. Okay, right, door number one is in. Oh, there's a little... Oh, right, I didn't see that. Okay, and what do we have in our fancy organic tea with a fancy triangular sort of pyramid tea bag? It is a gingerbread treat, apparently, if I bring that sort of near to the camera. A gingerbread treat, but to brew it for 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, very, very nice indeed. And yeah, there's a little sort of thing on this side, which is showing us all the different ones that we're going to get in this calendar, I suppose. So gingerbread, superstar anise, chai charge, ghostly green. Okay, tropical lemongrass, punchy peppermint, white wonderland, happy holiday, spooky spice, spooky and ghostly green. They sound like Halloween rather than Christmas, but okay. Festive spice. She never really went anywhere in the Spice Girls. Post-party refresh, peppermint candy, and winter warmer. But okay, right, so we have number one. We have tea number one. Right, well, okay, do you know what? We need to go to the kettle. Okay, so we're back in the Geek Cupboard and we have ourselves our lovely freshly brewed gingerbread treat tea. And of course, it's in this very stylish mug just here, I think you'll agree. So let's have a taste of this because it smells very nice. It smells really nice indeed. It's quite strong. It smells very strong, but let's have a taste and see if it's nice. Oh yeah, that is quite nice. Again, it's quite strong because I suppose, yeah, we did leave it to brew for quite some time. But yeah, it's very, very strong. That is very nice. Oh yeah, that's quite good. I think you could describe it as warming. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's got like that nice sort of ginger sort of hit to it. And it's very, yeah, it's nice. It's strong. It's got a little bit of spice to it. And it's very tasty indeed. Hang on, I need some more. I do like that. Okay, yeah, I like that. That is very, very nice indeed. That's delicious. Okay, right, I've found a new thing I like. So yeah, I approve of the gingerbread treat tea. It's all very nice indeed. Yeah, it feels very sort of obviously Christmassy, because gingerbread more often than not comes out around Christmas time. But yeah, it feels very warming. It's just really nice. It feels like, you could sort of sit like this with your hands around it and then warm up and stuff. Okay, lovely. Well, there we go. So yeah, okay, I approve. The gingerbread treat tea is a hit. So let's move on to the question. So I thought we'd deal with the question that got asked the most when I put out that sort of community post saying, hey, ask some questions, please. Lots of people asked this. So people that did ask this question are these following people, not exclusive to these people, because other people might have asked it as well, but these people definitely did ask it. Morgul, Tom Williams Productions, Some Hot Chocolate, Can the Beef, Alice, and Raoul Keats, and probably other people as well, have asked, why is your channel called The Geek Cupboard? It's a very, very good question. So in our house, I am sat in one of the bedrooms, and I'll do air quotes, bedrooms, because it's a very small room. It's a very tiny room indeed. So it's not really a bedroom. You could fit a bed in, a very small bed, like a child's bed or something. So it was a tiny room. And when we moved in, I kind of just adopted this room as mine. So the computer went in here and the desk. And then, I sort of gradually started filling it up with various geeky things. So, there's a Link. There's a Link figurine. That's in this room. And then, a model of the Normandy from Mass Effect. That's in this room. And a TARDIS clock and a big sort of painting, sort of canvas thing of The Legend of Zelda. So all these things ended up in here. And generally that's how it worked. All the sort of the geeky paraphernalia that I acquired just from being a general kind of nerdy geeky type ended up in this room. And so eventually it sort of came to a point where, I'd get a new thing. So I go, oh, what's that? Oh, I've bought the, Doctor Who Lego TARDIS. And then Mrs. Penn would go, oh, okay, that can go in your room. And at some point, I do not remember exactly when it happened, but at some point we started referring to it as the Geek Cupboard or your Geek Cupboard. It was, I'll put it in your geeky cupboard. Oh yeah, I'll pop it in your geek cupboard. And then, I'd sit upstairs and go, all right, I'm just going to go up to my little geek cupboard and play some games or whatever. And then it just sort of stuck. I can't remember the exact moment it happened. I can't remember the exact moment that actually appeared into, sort of our regular language. But yeah, so it just sort of came from that. So it's because it's a very small room. It's a tiny room. It isn't an actual cupboard. It is a room. You can, there's a door and you can walk in and out and stuff, but it's a teeny tiny little room and it's just full of all the geeky things. And it just sort of went from sort of, oh, put that in your geek cupboard. Oh, all right. Yes, I'm going to go up into the geek cupboard. And then when I was thinking of how to name the channel, I sat there and I was thinking, what can I call it? Penge Plays Games and Penge Gaming or whatever. And I was like, that sounds a bit, I don't like that. And then, I just then thought, why don't I just call it the Geek Cupboard? Because that's where I'm sat. I'm actually in the Geek Cupboard right now. Why don't I just call it that? Because that will make perfect sense. So yeah, that's kind of why it's called that. And yeah, it's filled with many geeky things. There are so many, many geeky things in here, all sorts of bits and bobs. And yeah, when we acquire new things, they generally end up in here. Geeky things end up in this room, which is why it is called the Geek Cupboard. So there we go. That is why. And yeah, I think, hang on, I need some more tea. And yeah, there we go. I'm impressed with this tea as well. So yeah, that's kind of what we'll do with these little sort of Advent, sort of festive Advent countdown things. We'll just do this. We'll make the tea that comes out of the calendar. We shall answer a question. And then that'll kind of be it, really. Because, it's a nice, short, little, sort of tiny little thing. Just to, count down sort of Advent and all that kind of stuff. So there we go. Yep, done. Finish up. I'm going to go and enjoy my lovely, lovely gingerbread treat tea. So it seems like a good point to wrap things up for now. So thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard for day 1 of our festive Advent countdown. And I will see you next time. Kunik, your time is now. And you have missed, Kunik. This is unacceptable, Kunik. An Ash's caravan has been ambushed by man-hunting chinchillas. Are you going to land on my potatoes? That is just not the done thing. Oh, there's a lot of them. 1, 2, 3. These guys have got amazing hair. I'm delighted that we've actually done something and it's worked.